Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people and my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we are covering WCW Saturday Night on TBS from September the 21st, 1991. We are working our way to our next pay-per-view, which is Halloween Havoc, coming up in a little over a month from now. Before I throw it to Doc and we get rolling in this one, I want to give a special shout-out to our largest patron contributors monthly, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Weiss, good old Justin. Thank you for your generous support on Patreon each and every month and for essentially being the sponsors of this show. Harper is running late. I don't know why. He texted us asking us the exact time. We're recording late. Doc's falling asleep at the wheel coming back from practice with his kids. So I'll ask him how he's doing, even though I know he's tired. No, okay. Y'all, you got life now all of a sudden, huh?
Well,
fuck.
You know what gives the green tears are what fuels my visions, you know? When I went to the lady of the third eye and she told me that the Eagles would lose in excruciating fashion. Oh, no, the only thing better than those assholes losing was to do it in the last minute of the game and to try to cheat and get away with it and then complain because they got called for cheating. The guy who committed the penalty fessed up to the penalty, which makes him by far the classiest Eagle that's ever played the game.
I should say one. Go ahead.
People
continue.
are still upset.
No, keep going. Keep going. I want you to get it out.
I'm a big believer in this. If it's a foul in the first quarter, it's a foul in the fourth quarter.
I just want to think.
What?
You're going to be an insufferable prick the whole offseason because of this.
Here's what I've decided.
Oh, great. Save me.
That I think
Jesus.
that I think I like watching the Eagles lose the Super Bowl more than I like watching the Cowboys win one.
That's so pathetic. That is I've thought of that. That's an indictment on the pathetic state of your horrible, miserable, disgusting franchise.
I feel like we should get in the BTT mobile and take a trip up to Philly and just bring our sharpest knives so that we can cut down people from Burger King walk-ins across the region. Oh, got another one. Yeah, over here.
Philly, y'all had one job. One job.
Hey,
one job. Phil Allen, you had one job. Now I got to deal with this insufferable prick all off season. Why?
Hey, are you going to cop to it or are you going to lie on the show?
I never
Who
lie.
Were
You're the
who
one
were
who
you
lies.
rooting for?
I didn't have a stake in the game, man.
Oh, no. Here's the thing, bro. I had the aliens circling up about 75,000 feet above, right above NORAD's satellite approach.
Right. They even shot him down last weekend, huh?
We lost a couple of vessels there. It was some close calls. Biden is trigger happy on this thing, but there was enough up there that we were ready to. All I had to do was push the right button, vaporize this thing, and nobody wins.
I just can't. There's Harper. Harper, how you doing, man? He's over here. He's going to be an insufferable prick now the entire offseason because Philly lost. And he literally said before you joined, he thinks he enjoys watching Philly lose a Super Bowl more than he would like watching the Cowboys win one.
It's almost like the same kind of satisfaction.
See?
Because I remember when the Falcons lost, I got a fucking hard on.
That was so different though, because the way that game played out, it went from what seemed like the impossible to they really are gonna lose this shit.
It was beautiful.
It was orgasmic, I have to admit, because I had come to the terms with the fact that, look, you can talk about the Panthers and Bucks. They're not the Saints' rival. The Bucks they've only been in the same division as the Saints for like a little over 20 years now. The Falcons and Saints have played together almost as long as their existence has been. And so I just had come to the terms with Atlanta's going to win a Super Bowl. There's nothing we can do about it. And then Uncle Raj threw down his little Vienna sausage and called Booker, man, so beautiful boy Brady could get another strap. And 28-3 to losing, it was like, I can't believe I just watched this. It wasn't as good as watching my team win a Super Bowl, but it was very satisfactory.
Boy, you know what was great? Just everybody was expecting the big booking WrestleMania finish, and the Eagles yacked it up. And it was like, oh, that's the finish, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I got a new gimmick, man. I almost want to start.
It's terrible, but
I almost want to start a show on it where you just give out star ratings to this crap. Because here's the thing, man. Like even some of those other games in the playoffs, man, they were 5-star games, bro. This was a 5-star game with a 2-star finish. So, sure, I mean, it was like 3.25 stars, man.
No,
I mean,
I would say it was bazillion stars, but okay.
No. The finish was so flat.
What's wrong with the finish?
Because they finished, bruh. Here's the thing, man. You can't finish it like that with that popcorn fart bullshit. You gotta let them play. Let KC kick the field goal. Book it like that. That way, the Eagles have at least a chance to either tie it or take the lead.
Okay.
Or win it. I'm sorry, not take the lead. The booking was terrible at the end, bro. It was bullshit. See, you know why they did that? Hold on. Whoa, one second. You know why they did that booking like that? Because they don't want people to think it's all a work. So they booked it flat so that it was like, well, they would never book it like that.
I think the Eagles are bigger heels than the Cowboys these days.
I don't know, bro. Y'all are always going to be the bigger heels.
Bro. The fan base alone is probably the biggest piece of shits on the planet.
Wait. Which fan base? Dallas or Philly?
Philly.
See?
Well, they're not all like Phil Allen. They're not all like Phil Allen. I mean, some of them are, but, you know.
Even Luke told me that they're like that when he lived in Philly when he was, fucking forever ago.
Yeah.
He went to a Saints game. He says that's exactly how they are.
They use that whole we're a blue-collar fan base to get away with reprehensible shit. But here's the other thing. Don't let this fool you. In the second quarter, I got this text from Mike. This game is over. I'm turning this shit off. It's time for the aliens to do the world a favor and end Earth's run. Then he said, it's not going to happen today, but it'll be glorious when Sirianni blows a few games on his fourth down philosophy.
They can't do that.
Reading your text
while freaking Rihanna's pregnant.
Jesus. Thanks, Phil.
That was great, guys.
I actually do know a couple decent Philly fans. Kevin,
is Nick
Keith.
Sirianni a babyface or a heel?
Who is that?
The coach for the Phillies.
Oh.
The Eagles. The Eagles coach.
I don't
Right.
know.
He looks like his breath smells like cheesesteak all the time.
He's a heel, but let me say this. This ain't going to happen because he's not a good coach. If Dennis Allen was winning games, I'd say the same thing about him. He's got a heel look to him. Sirianni has a heel look to him.
He looks like an asshole.
Yeah. They just, it has nothing to do with winning games or losing.
Oh, this guy looks like a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, I agree, Harper. But I can say that about a lot of coaches.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I've turned on Andy Reid, man. He has a soft spot in my heart because he's just like a big fat penguin walrus.
This guy looks like he cheats on his wife and he tries to hit on fucking 25-year-old fucking girls and.
Bro, that's every high school coach in America.
Yeah.
He got a heel
baseball coach
look.
down at the high school is trying to get with the cheerleaders.
Yeah, he's got he's got a heel look to him. The persona is heel for sure. And Andy Reid is not a heel. Andy Reid, it looks like a babyface.
Oh yeah, he's a douchebag in the black Chevy Silverado.
Who's he? God damn, pronouns,
the fucking
pal.
coach.
Oh, Sirianni, the Eagles coach.
Dude, that was great though. I got to tell you, man. Mahomes is an MVP, and you got Kelsey out there doing dances and cutting promos. That's what the league needs.
Terrible booking at the end, man. Just terrible.
Let me ask you this: it seems like the older I get, there's a part of me that's glad football season is finally fucking over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I am glad you said that, Harper, because I agree.
Because as soon as it ended, I'm like, all right, I got my Sundays back to do shit.
I agree, Harper. I'm with you. And if you remember, while I don't hate the XFL and USFL, I said a while back when the XFL first came back before the pandemic, I don't know if I like them playing the week after the Super Bowl. I'm not longing for football at that point.
Right.
So there's something to that.
Until your dick can get hard.
Yeah, man. Give me a little time to recover.
For a second? Yeah.
That's called the refractory period.
Oh, look at you, doctor.
That's right.
The retractor period.
Now, Mike, would you let a little thing like Rihanna being pregnant get in the way of you doing your finisher?
Finisher on who? What are you getting at here?
Rihanna.
I need to understand what you're asking. No.
Would you let her being pregnant get in the way of you hitting your finisher on her?
Come on.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Are you
I don't know.
serious?
Is she cute for a sister?
Rihanna?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she's
Yeah.
attractive. I mean, she ain't top of the line, but
Okay.
I mean, what's that old saying Harper used to say on the show years ago? I ain't kicking out of bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she got it, man. You know.
All right.
She got a 5 head, but that ain't never bothered nobody.
Yeah, we know it doesn't bother you.
Well, it's just funny how I hear I've heard people say that about, oh, look at that big forehead.
Sasha Banks.
And you look at the person saying that and they friggin', 340 pounds and 5'6". It's like, gee, you're just a spitting image of a great looking human being. And the aliens come here and want to know what
cover a Men's Health magazine to talk to me.
The aliens land here and they go, oh, what species is that on the planet? He doesn't look human.
Now, I know that this is going to happen in the future when people hear this, but I think it'd be remiss if I didn't point out that today is a major, major holiday on the schedule, on the calendar.
You don't consider it a fucking holiday because no one gets a day off. So fuck them.
Ain't no holiday.
What day is it?
It's just a day for it's fucking Mother's Day 2.0.
Or you can call it Mother's Day 0.5 since it comes before on the calendar. If you
or like your old lady's birthday 2.0.
Yeah.
That
Would you,
fucking Hallmark Channel fucking made this shit up?
I had a girlfriend years ago that the exact word she said to me one day was, ValenTIMES, Harper, Day, it is really a day for women.
It won't. Well, she's not wrong.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we weren't together much longer after that.
Why did she believe this to be true?
I don't know. She was an intelligent woman.
I'm going to say I don't know about that.
I don't know, man. She made more money than the three of us combined, adjusted for inflation. Yeah,
I could have. Then it was her day. You should have rubbed her feet on that day for making all that money.
Yeah, you should have been. Okay, baby. I'll go down to Kroger's and get you some fucking shit flowers that's going to be dead in fucking 2 days.
That's what I did.
See?
Nobody likes flowers more than women. I'm like, why do y'all like things that die in 2 days?
I think that's fucking cliche-ish. The fucking roses like you're in a fucking TV show.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Fucking candy.
What did you get, Harper?
I got her some fucking. Well, she's working tonight, so we're probably gonna go out to eat sometime like maybe Thursday. Yeah. And
then you got what? That's all you got her is a promise of.
I mean, what do you want from me, bro? We're fucking grown ass people, bro. This is
right.
Bro, and that's another thing. It's like Valentine's Day. It's like Halloween and everything else. It's been taken over by fucking adults. When I was a kid, this is like kids did this with the fucking with the little with the Scooby Doo and the Mickey Mouse Valentines, and that was it.
Yeah, but just kid stuff.
Just kid stuff. A certain subset of the population saw in these kids having fun, and they realized the focus wasn't properly on them.
Yeah.
And that's not going to work for them.
Mm-hmm. This is their version of I'm a sexy nurse.
I'm ready to move on from this day because ain't nothing special about it.
In even more sad news, Mike, what are you going to tell us?
Well, unfortunately, the day of us recording this, you won't hear it for a week and a few days. Jerry Jarrett seems to have passed away. I caught news of this earlier this early afternoon, and I'm just going to read something here real quick from John Pollock from Post Wrestling. One of the most reputable, quote unquote, wrestling journalists out there, unlike most of these other yahoos that claim to think they're journalists. I think Pollock is he's pretty middle ground when he covers this stuff, tells you what you need to hear, let you make your own judgments on wrestling nowadays. But anyway, he says, you cannot speak about Jerry Jarrett without mentioning Jerry Lawler early in the conversation. Jarrett saw a star in Lawler in his early 20s and sent Lawler outside of the territory to gain the requisite experience and return as the area's top heel in 1974. Jarrett unleashed the gauntlet, bringing in major names from around the country for Lawler in the summer of 74, and climaxed with Jack Briscoe defending the NWA World Heavyweight title against Lawler in September that drew a near sellout to the Mid-South Coliseum. Of the many legendary angles crafted included a wrestler versus boxer promotion where Lawler was pitted against Rocky Johnson, who was presented in Memphis as a top 10 heavyweight boxer when the audience was less savvy to such promotional manipulation. This coincided with the June 76 bout between Muhammad Ali and Antonio Inoki that aired on closed circuit throughout the country. He went on to say Continental became the new standard in Memphis beginning on March 20th of 1977 with the main event headlined by Lawler and Bullet Bob Armstrong with Gulis's NWA Mid-American territory ceasing operations within the year. And last two things I'll read, he said, Memphis was home to the state-of-the-art style of television that featured the adage, personal issues draw money. Doc said that 1,000,000 times over the years on this show, which was a sign that hung in the office as a reminder of the device designed to send a fan reaching for their wallet. Monday nights at the Mid-South Coliseum were an institution in Memphis, drawing thousands on a weekly basis and selling out the nearly 11,000-seat venue when a big program clicked. His article is much longer than that. He says a lot more. He covers 1989 when Jarrett obtained world class and it became the USWA and continued to run in Dallas through the 90s along with Memphis there as one of the last surviving territories. Check it out on postwrestling.com. But RIP Jerry Jarrett. And I would be remiss to say on this very unprofessional wrestling podcast if one of the funny stories that I've ever heard about Jerry Jarrett was when he and Bill Watts were, I'm just going to say, in business together. I know they weren't business partners, but when they traded talent with Mid-South and Memphis, and at the time Mid-South was not on its ass by today's standards, but wasn't doing so well. And Jerry Jarrett was like, Bill, where are the blowjobs at? And Watts was like, I'll leave that up to the boys. What are you talking about? And Jerry Jarrett's whole thing was, man, you need some young talent to get these young ladies into these buildings. So there you go, man. R.I.P. Jerry Jarrett.
That's
Doc,
classic.
I'm just saying, like, it's a story we've heard a million times, but I think it's kind of hilarious. Conrad, early years of his podcast, would make fun of Jarrett, and I'm sorry, Bruce Pritchard really would with the, well, but they kind of made a cartoon out of the guy, and I don't know, it was funny, but it's also not funny. I don't know. I guess I got a laugh out of it. But anyway, Jerry Jarrett, very successful promoter.
Bruce Pritchard's just mad because Vince didn't want him to run the promotion if he went to prison.
Yeah, I guess there's that. But it kind of sucks. I mean, Jarrett was 80 years old, I believe, passes away. A lot of memories went in that mind, too, because he can tell you some stories. Any thoughts, Doc, on Jerry Jarrett passing away?
Man, when I dare say that what they did in Memphis on Monday nights is something that will never be recreated. And even in a time when you could do it, to do it well for that long, imagine the booking. Now, I know Lawler and Jarrett would trade off so that, they could stay fresh, but still. And hey, anybody whose personal philosophy includes writing down on somewhere where everybody can see it that personal issues draw money. I mean, come on. What we do?
That's probably the truest statement ever uttered in professional wrestling.
It's the essence of the business.
Yeah.
When you boil it down, it's good versus evil, and personal issues draw money.
Well, I remember what you said years ago when we first were doing the Saturday night episodes, and you were like, man, I don't know if we like wrestling as much as we like the shit talking. And the thing is, it's the shit talking that makes the issues personal.
That's right.
Like, yeah, we want to see him. I mean, we wanted to see Magnum and Tully get in there and kill each other in the I Quit match. But what made that what it was the promos leading up to it. If you don't have the shit talking, you can make an argument you don't have much. And that's what the personal issues come from. They hated each other. So they had personal issues and they drew money. That's my thing on it. But
not that fucking hot, guys.
Harper, you got any thoughts on Jerry Jarrett, Memphis?
He was a great guy.
Jesus Lord. Well, at least you didn't start talking about plowing Laverne and Shirley when I asked
Come
you.
on.
Well, that's what you did when I was...
I've been watching Young Shelton.
You need to tell people what that is, because I don't know if they know.
You never seen that?
No.
I have.
Yeah. I watched that.
I am a mighty little boy.
Something like that. Yeah. Little man. Yeah. That's a good little show.
Okay. Has he gotten to college yet?
Well, you see, when I first started watching it, because I saw, okay, it's on TBS where they play their reruns. And I said, well, I'm going to just start this over from the beginning. So I'm in the third season, but like when I was watching it before he was in college and the older brother got some chick pregnant.
Hey man, that shit happens.
Yeah. It's a good little show. Brother, grandma, I can't believe how good she looks.
Annie Potts?
Yeah.
Bruh.
She's like 70 and like it's crazy how good her figure is.
You've been wanting to plow her since she was in Bull Durham.
She wasn't Bull Durham. Come on.
That was Susan Sarandon, asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
She was in Ghostbusters.
Wrong.
She was. She was the secretary.
Mm-hmm. Ghostbusters. What do you want? So yeah, I've been watching because it's on HBO Max and there's like no commercials. So like the episode's like 22 minutes long. You just boom, 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 boom. You just go through them.
Well, you could do that with these Saturday night episodes too. I mean, there's
who wants to watch this shit?
Wow. Okay, well, I'm not really sure where to go from there other than I guess, Mike, it's time to watch this week's show.
Oh my God.
unless of course, you have some young Sheldon pulled up for Harper here.
I was trying to look for something, but yeah, never mind. All right. Well, on that note, let's jump into Saturday night. So this is September the 21st, 1991, Saturday night on TBS that we are reviewing this week. And I forgot one thing. Had one new patron. So before I jump into Saturday night, TJ, thanks for becoming a BTT annual patron. Enjoy all the extra Patreon content, including all the clashes, the pay-per-views. We got Halloween Havoc coming up. That's going to be a fun one. All of that on Patreon. 300 plus episodes available. tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. If you're not a patron, become one. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, you can email me. And if you're not a patron, I can tell you how I can hook you up with a free month at tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. And you can email me, bookingtheterritory@gmail.com. All right, we jump into the show. The show opens with Sting and Cactus going at it from the Clash. We're at center stage again. The quality of the tape we have is not really exceptional. More on that later. JR and Paul Lee are on commentary breaking things down. There's some political commentary in the beginning from Paul Lee as the show opens up about Clarence Thomas. Google that name and the time period if you want to know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think it's right here. Here, Harper, you want to hear what it is? Here it is.
Championship Wrestling, Lex Luger and Mr. Hughes against Barry Windham and Ron Simmons. Tonight, right here on TBS, when Mr. Hughes is done with Barry Windham, Ron Simmons is going to need a brand new tag team partner.
Plus, Cactus Jack is here. We'll be hearing from Gordon Soley in our first Halloween Havoc Control Center. And Paul, we talking to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
You see, on Saturday night, October the 12th in the Omni in Atlanta, Dusty Rhodes will be the referee for that very same tag team situation. Dusty Rhodes, tonight, you will not dance around the issues. You're going to feel like Clarence Thomas in front of the Senate.
Plus, we will see the new...
All right, so there's your political stuff.
Here's the problem with that.
We're waiting.
Nobody gave a shit about the Supreme Court watching wrestling.
Back then. Nowadays, half the audience.
I'm like, who's that? That's that black guy to put the pube on the Coke can. Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Jesus, Harper.
That's what he did, though.
Yeah, that's what he
allegedly did. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble with the... Hey, let's go back. Can we go back down the hallway there?
Yeah, go ahead, Harper. Were you about to say how disgusting is that? I want to hear some more.
That's just disgusting.
Right.
Where's he at?
This is one of the underrated things of this era.
That?
Is it?
Yes.
It looks stupid.
It looks
I don't know, man. Everybody talks about it.
You know what? It looked like some kind of cheap leftover set from like Small Wonder or some other
syndicate. You ain't lying. That's what it looks like. It's like a movie theater, and it's supposed to be movie posters.
Yeah,
like,
y'all just want to shit on stuff.
Saved by the Bell or something.
Hey, you know what? I got an idea that'll help people forget about Flair. We'll make a hallway.
Yeah.
Now listen to me for a minute.
That looks dumb.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I need everybody listening to this to go listen to the February 11th episode of The Orange Show. And Doc and I are going to try to do something with this on a patron episode or maybe next week. Go listen to the February 11th, 2023 Orange Show. They play a couple of clips of Jim Herd. And I don't want to get into it now, but it is.
And you better not say much because we're going to get into it if you do.
It is something else to listen to. It's just Herd's logic and reasoning.
Everything that you would think about him to be true.
Yeah, he gives his logic and reasoning on the Flair situation, and then he also talks about Cornette and the Midnight Express. And I realize the man is like really old now and probably is just, cognitive ability is just disappearing. But it tells you a lot about the mindset that this dude had back then and how clueless he really, really was. Doc and I are going to talk about it. I don't want to promise it. We're planning on it, but it's just something. You got to go listen to it if you listen to this show.
You might have to fish me out of the ocean to cut that out of you.
Let's go to the first match. Rick Steiner's taking on Buddy Baker. He did a he threw this dude over his head at one point with a shit, I can't even get it out. Whatchamacallit slam. What the hell, Doc?
Told Buddy Suicida?
When he freaking basically just threw the guy over his head, man. Anyway, Steiner's going to win.
Oh, you mean the sack of potatoes?
Yeah, Buddy Baker.
Okay.
Throws him over his head. No, he already did it.
His brother to get healthy.
Well, his brother ain't going to be healthy for a while. So, Doc, anything from this one?
No, not really.
Yeah, he does a belly-to-belly off the second rope, and Steiner wins by pin. It truly is a nothing-happening match. After this match, we go to Tony Schiavone, and he does the WCW Top 10, which, to be honest with you, it remains pretty much unchanged in that Elegante is still ranked above Steve Austin.
Really I think they ought to do this once a month.
The top 10?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be more impactful.
Yes. Right, you got to let some things percolate.
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know. We're seeing things. Yeah. Every week is just dumb. But, they're filling time. You can tell.
Yeah.
So we keep moving. We go to Gordon Soley, who's in the Halloween Havoc Control Center here. There are a ton of replays in this segment covering the Simmons and Luger situation, and Luger saying Simmons could be his driver from the Clash. Gordon says the match they'll have at Halloween Havoc is going to be 2 out of 3 falls for the title. Then Gordon talks about the Chamber of Horrors match, and good God, I cannot wait to discuss that utterly ridiculous nonsense.
I think just saying those words kind of sobered old Gordon up for a second. Like, wait, what?
God damn, I need to get some gin for this one.
The Chamber of Horrors. It's like the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
He's probably sitting there saying, if I'd have known I was going to have to shill this bullshit, I would have shot my head off with Eddie Graham.
Come on.
Jesus. You're going to hell, man.
What?
Then again, you're talking about drowning yourself and doing the Burger King thing. Then you also said you hoped the Philly fans did the Burger King thing. You're just dirty.
Come on.
That? I know some good Philly fans. That's the funny part.
You
don't. Phil Allen?
I do.
No, that's not good.
Who else?
Bro, I could tell you one thing. The Eye of Gibson crawled in his hole and hadn't come out since. He was talking mad noise. Mad noise. I was like, hey, bro, thanks for nothing. You lost to Andy Dalton this year, and I don't want to hear nothing about Hurts was out. Nobody should lose to Andy Dalton. Anyway.
Maybe he went in search of his other.
I'm so mad with Philly right now. Bro, y'all had one job to save me and Harper from the insufferable Dallas Cowboys fan that we record with, and you couldn't finish it off.
They were up by 10.
Oh, my God.
They were never going to do it. I had the aliens in holding pattern.
That's right. Yeah, sure you did. Oh, Philly. Okay. Any thoughts on the Halloween Havoc Control Center, Doc?
Not yet. We'll probably have a few more of these.
Oh, we got plenty more to go. All right, so we keep going. We got, look, Harper, the Dodgers and Braves are playing tonight.
This West Coast action needs to stop, man. These 2-hour episodes are brutal.
That's why the show was 2 hours on the West Coast. All right, we come back from commercial. JR throws to a replay of Brian Pillman defeating Bad Street. No need to discuss that further. And then
I saw somewhere that Roberto Silva liked that match a lot.
Pillman and Bad Street?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. What do you...
He put it over on Twitter.
Yeah, they're good. What do you want me to say?
I was out there on Twitter the other day.
Uh-oh.
Trolling from your wife's account, huh? Since you can't have your own?
It's a sewer out there.
Twitter?
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah.
All social media is, though.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
There's just people mad at like, bruh.
It's half the people mad at lying about how perfect their life is lying, and the other half mad about everything else.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing about Valentine's Day. I'm sitting there looking at this. You know how they get the asshole that's got his, oh, this is my wife. This is Valentine's Day. I love you, baby. Fuck, fucking those motherfuckers, when they get home, they probably got restraining orders against each other.
He's standing there, he's typing and leaving wet marks on the keyboard because she's got a gun to his head to do it.
Dude's ready to go chew on a end of a 12 gauge.
Right, he's ready to do the Graham thing.
All right, man. Next match, Big Josh, who's out there with the 6-man belt on, or one of them, I should say, versus Pretty Boy Doug Summers. And I thought this match was never going to end, man. They went forever.
Hey, we're going to need you to go out there and give us 15.
That was the one note. This thing went 10 plus minutes, 12 minutes. And Big Josh just flinging Summers over his head. Dude, that looked like it was going to go bad for a second when he gives him this German.
Is Summers built kind of like a Dick Murdoch?
He looks like kind of like a Dick Murdoch in a Buddy Lindell mixture.
He looks like Tommy. He looks like Tommy Rich.
That's true.
Out of control
and not on parole.
So he basically looks like Tommy Rich because Rich is always out of control.
There you go, taking the easy cheap shot.
Right. Well, I mean, everybody can't be like Jaworski, just slurping down Tommy's member. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Wait, what? He wants to be world champion too?
Hi, let me tell you something, Doc. Jaworski, that boy called me up. He said, Tommy, can I crank you off one good time?
Come on.
I say, sure, man, as long as I keep my bag of cocaine.
What are you doing here?
Nothing. This match goes like 12 minutes. I was like, when are these two going to wrap this up? This is too damn long.
When is one of them going to have heart failure?
Come on.
Man, it is July in the South in that building, and everybody that comes out is sweating.
Oh, it's hot.
What building is that?
The one without adequate AC.
It had to have AC by this point, huh?
Yeah, man. Dude, by like by the early 90s?
Yeah, 91, it had AC.
They're not sweating.
Well, Matt Bourne's sweating, but ain't no telling what he did in the back to be sweating like that.
Come on.
You know? All right, we'll keep moving, Doc, unless you got anything else from this one. Doc?
Doug Summers is a former AWA tag team champion, by the way.
No shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe he put a little respect on his name.
Yeah, I mean, he's better than Tommy Rich.
That does look like a fucking set for some shitty TV show.
Yeah,
what
like
looks
Small
like a
Wonder,
set
dude.
for a TV show? What are we talking about here?
When they walk out.
That dumb
it doesn't
hallway.
look that bad.
Hallway's got me angry.
Yeah,
well, y'all are stupid, man. It doesn't look bad.
It looks fucking stupid.
I got more of a problem with I'm 33 minutes into the episode right now, and I ain't got a promo yet.
Huh?
We're 33 minutes into this episode of Saturday Night, and there's no promos.
We've done some focus groups, and people want to see action in the ring.
Right. Well, the action in the ring is the Enforcers versus Keith Hart and TC Carter. JR talks about the rematch coming at Halloween Havoc with the Enforcers versus Steiner and Kazmaier. Doc, what else do you have from this one? This was given too much time. Cut some of the time from these matches and have these people who can cut promos.
How about 3630 with sound?
Sure. Let me see if I can get
Larry has words for somebody in the crowd.
What are we looking for?
Larry having words with a fan.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. I'm at 3621. Bear with me.
Dothan, Alabama. So you might want to be there and take a few notes.
I will be in Dothan. Wouldn't miss it for the world. That's Monday night at 7 o'clock. I see that the enforcers, especially Zbyszko, is even...
Get in here! Come here, you fat slob!
He's even more vociferous than normal.
Well, he has the gold around his waist now. You know, you don't need...
They put him in jail for that nowadays.
Yeah.
Come on.
Get in here, you fat slob. Here are my feelings. Arrest him.
You know the guy was on disability, probably.
He looked like he was special. That's why I didn't want to laugh.
Well, let's go back and look at him.
Jesus Christ. Are we really doing this?
Yeah, that's a special needs guy.
He
Yeah,
really
but he's
is.
He's high functioning.
Come
Wait,
on, what's
hold
that
on.
mean?
I know Harper's not going to make fun of this dude. Harper has worked at the same. What's the name of the school, Harper? With the people disadvantaged. What's that school? Magnolia School.
Oh,
Harper
yeah,
House?
huh?
You and I have both performed as heels in that building, which is nothing but a school for disadvantaged people. And you and I have both said and done things in front of that crowd that we should not be happy about.
That's
and
right.
yet we laugh about them because one of them attacked you.
That's right. Fucking Thor.
So I can't judge Larry here. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't judge Zbyszko here for jarring with this
Bruh,
fella.
what's that shirt he's wearing? That's gotta be like a Steiner shirt or something. Who is that?
See it. Hold on. Let me go back because it freezes for 1 second right when they show him. Harper had that special fella attack him that time. Does that say Tommy Rich?
Oh no.
It said Tommy something on top. Like right when it cuts to it. I'm trying to stop it right on it.
Tommy Jackson?
That's not Rich. It's too long to be Rich. Tommy something.
Tommy Jackson.
I can't tell. But that guy's special. Okay, let's continue. Doc, what else you got from this one?
Can I get 4006? Arn was just working to the outside here, and it was just like, screw you. Look how effortlessly this is.
That's nice.
That's messed up.
That was tremendous.
They just toyed with them.
Yeah. My other note, and it's my only note here for the rest of the match, is this was a clinic. There's no wasted motion. They're working the crowd. They're working these guys. They're working their gimmick.
You think they went too long?
We got 2 hours, so I'm going to say no. Because it's got to be something. That'll do it.
There you go.
Yeah, Arn hits a spine buster, and then they're going to win. My only thing was I just felt like I hate that they don't cut promos, man.
That may be the issue, but it's not their fault. So,
oh, no. I'm not blaming them.
It kind of sounded like you were.
No. All right. So that match ends, and then right after the match, they show a replay of the Enforcers injuring Kazmaier from the Clash. Harper was he with us at that moment when Arn flexed on Kazmaier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he did the show with us.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I knew he joined late. But here it is again. Hit him with this 45-pound plate. Watch Arn. Flexes after he injures him. This is great. Anyway, so we go from that. I like that they did show that replay because it was really quick, and they show how his ribs are injured, and that makes sense because Kazmaier comes out for his match with his torso taped up due to his rib injury.
Did you hear what Paulie said?
What did Paulie say?
Kazmaier, He said Kaz he has his underwear pulled up too high.
Yeah, he's. I wasn't sure if that's what you were referring to or not, but he's just farting around, making fun of this whole thing, and he talked about his underwear being pulled up to his chest. Anyway, Doc, this is quick. They don't give him much time, which is fine.
Yeah.
Kazmaier has the same head and haircut of every strongman competitor I've ever seen.
You think?
Yeah.
I could picture him on ESPN at 2 a.m. throwing around fucking kegs.
And then at 7:30 in the morning when you had to get up, there was the girls doing the gymnastics routine, the calisthenics routine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Denise Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Boy, those were the days.
Gilad, Bodies in Motion. Remember that shit?
Mm.
Denise Austin. I ain't heard that name in a long time.
For real. What was the other one? Kalani, the Hawaiian girl?
They used to... There was a block of it for a while where it played for like an hour or two. 30-minute episodes.
It was called the Morning Jaworski.
All right. Anything else from Kazmaier here? He wins with a shoulder block and then a short arm clothesline followed by a power slam.
This was meh.
Well, what do you expect? I don't know. It is what it is, right?
Yes.
All right. So we keep moving and we come back from commercial and we go to a clip of Lex Luger, Harley Race, and Mr. Hughes jumping the Z-Man, which leads to the Z-Man deciding he wants to be a referee in WCW.
God.
Luger pile drove Z-Man and yeah, he's now considered a career change based on that. Now, Doc, before I play the promo, I need your thoughts on the Z-Man's decision to have a career change after being pile driven.
It's probably the right decision for him. And boy, is this Luger turning babyface?
I mean, yes, for everybody besides Chris Zoncha. Because, see, Zoncha saw this and he was writing in and ready to cancel TBS.
Okay.
Yeah, he for sure canceled TBS on this one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he did. You can't do this to the Z-Man. Zoncha ain't having that. Anyway, so any other thoughts, Doc, before I then go to the actual promo?
He needs to stop being a child and grow up because Z-Man is not good entertainment.
Come on.
Are you serious? Who needs to stop being a child?
Zoncha.
No, man, he's a good kid.
No, not if he likes zinc.
Wow. So anyway, after Luger pile drive, look at Zinc with the
God. Jesus Christ. It looks like he waits tables.
And he's not good at it.
Yeah.
He forgets to put in your
Amanda's Palace.
Why are we waiting so long for our food? Oh, I forgot to put your order in the computer.
Hello, my name is Thomas. Now be
taking care of you tonight.
Tonight, can I start off with something to drink?
Would you like to hear about the specials?
We have yeah. I get a Diet Coke. Is a Pepsi fine? Yeah, okay.
Yo, dirty bastards.
Wait, okay.
He looks like the manager of a fucking Radio Shack in like 1990.
So the other thing here is this. If you take the guy's one best attribute, which is the build, and cover it up completely, and now he looks like the slightly younger brother of all your other referees, Randy Anderson, Nick Patrick, that other guy, Dave or whatever. He's been robbed of everything that might give him a chance to stand out.
Great.
He looks like the dipshit that drives the Thunderbird that's fucking dating your sister. And you know
they calls you little buddy.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, little buddy. Dude, I'm 14. Stop calling me that.
Hey, what's up? I'm great, Tom. How are you? Oh,
Hey.
we just going to the movies tonight and go get a bite to eat after. All right, man, you have fun. The minute he drives off, you're like, asshole.
Yeah.
That's that dude. Yep. Well, let's go to his greatest promo ever of all time. After he decided he was going to become, well, let's just go to it now. He's being interviewed by Jim Ross. He's got his referee shirt on and his bow tie. Here it is.
Talk about the injury that you sustained. I know that you're getting better day by day. But what you do want to talk about is an assignment that I understand you have. You've been assigned to officiate a tag team match involving Ron Simmons and Barry Windham as they take on Mr. Hughes and Lex Luger.
That's right. You know, things have happened in the past with you, Lex Luger. I'll deal with it later. My neck's healing. Now, Ron Simmons and Barry Windham have an opportunity here with Mr. Hughes and the world champion Lex Luger. Ron and Barry, I like you both, but I've been assigned as a referee. And Jim Ross, you've known me for a long time. You know the Z-Man plays it fair, and I'm going to call this match right down the middle. No closed fists, no hair. The fans are going to be in for a great match, Jim Ross, because I'm going to be in control out there. I guarantee it.
What if Luger and his entourage tried to physically or mentally intimidate you?
Listen, Luger, you, Harley Race, you guys been around a long time. You're never going to intimidate the Z-Man. I'm the ref. You don't like it? Too bad, Luger, because I'm calling it fair and square, and I guarantee you, Jim Ross, that's going to be one heck of a match. I'm going to keep it that way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll look forward to that showdown. We want to thank Z-Man for joining us. He'll be refereeing a little bit later in the broadcast, but right now, we'll be back with more after this timeout.
Oh, boy. Well, at least we don't have to see him in the ring right now. Doc, your thoughts?
Okay.
Okay, what?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to think. This isn't doing anything for me, and here we are. The angle is good enough with Simmons and all the players and Luger without putting Z-Man in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chris Launch is not going to be happy about this. Not at all.
Yeah,
I don't do this show for him.
Oh, okay. Well, Harper, you got any thoughts on the Z-Man being a special referee?
He just looks like a goof.
Goof.
Looks like a goof as a wrestler, too. Just saying. We keep the show moving then, since you all have nothing on the Z-Man. Cactus Jack is going to take on Scott Allen. There were some "we want Sting" chants at the beginning. Paulie said if he was Sting, he would run for the hills. Cactus and Abdullah are too dangerous, according to Paulie. Doc, we get some elbow drops, obviously, from Cactus. What did you have from this one?
I mean, it's not fully realized, but this guy's got something, and how we're not taking advantage of it. Like, we're just sure this guy's never going to draw money. That's the thing that kills me about these WCW decisions. It's not like, well, I'm not, I don't know. I mean, he's probably not ever going to draw money. They're always real sure that people who draw millions and millions of dollars are never going to draw a dime. Undertaker, Austin.
I don't know if that's how they feel about Cactus right now.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he's going to end up...
He's going to ECW soon.
No, but no. Before that, he's going to end up doing some things.
Okay.
I mean, he's not going to be a top guy there, but he'll be involved with some good stuff. Like, I don't think they've completely sold, thinking, oh, he's not going to do anything. I don't think they're there with him yet. But, I mean, there is something to it. It's funny that he becomes what he becomes in WWF not too long from now. And Austin obviously does too. There is something to that. So, and, we know Calloway is already in WWF at this point. So, I don't know. Cactus wins and Abdullah comes out and then beats the piss out of Allen with a kendo stick after. What commercial was that, Harper?
The Three Musketeers.
Yes, I do remember. Three Musketeers is a good candy bar.
Yeah, it's underrated.
Yeah, it really is. It's underrated for sure. I like it.
Fucking know what I can't stand is a Heath bar.
Oh, that's
those
nasty.
are great, dude. You better hush up.
Those are fucking disgusting.
Disgusting.
They're like, let's take a brick and dip it in fucking chocolate.
Hey, if you're not almost breaking your teeth when you're having a dessert, then it's not worth it.
Okay. I don't like breaking teeth, so there's that. God, you're an idiot. All right, Doc, we're going to keep the show moving. We're going to go now to Paul Lee Dangerously with his guest, Dusty Rhodes, on the Danger Zone. Here it is.
Here on TBS. At this time, I want to talk to a gentleman who held the World's Heavyweight Championship on 3 occasions. He traded that title back and forth with Harley Race, who's Lex Luger's advisor. He's a former United States Heavyweight Champion. He traded that title back and forth with Lex Luger, and that feud was never settled. He will be the official referee in the Omni on Saturday night, October the 12th, as Lex Luger and Mr. Hughes with Harley Race in their corner take on Barry Windham, who's like a son to this man, and Ron Simmons, who also has a dream. My guest at this time is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Thank you very much for coming out here today, sir. You are truly a legend in this sport. I am not questioning your impartiality. All I want to know, Dusty Rhodes, legend to legend, is this. Are you retired, or is this referee thing just another example of you resting? Are you by any means telling me that I wouldn't be straight up and down if I was a referee? No, that was Jim Ross's question. Why do you think I'm doing this interview? Because he didn't have the guts to ask you this kind of question. He wanted to ask that question himself. Let me tell you about Dusty Rhodes. Let me tell you about Lex Luger, the world's heavyweight champion. Make no mistake about it. Anywhere in the world, no matter who you are, until you beat Lex Luger, you are not the world's heavyweight wrestling champion. Ron Simmons has a dream to beat Lex Luger. Ron Simmons can beat Lex Luger. But we are talking about the Omni on the 12th. WCW come up to me and say, Dusty Rhodes, would you referee this match between Barry Windham, Ron Simmons, Lex Luger, and the eve of Mr. Hughes? I say to you, gentlemen, that in the Omni on October the 12th, they gonna come from far and wide. They gonna come in cars. They gonna come in Cadillacs. They gonna come in jukeboxes. They gonna come walking. They gonna come running, because justice is gonna be served in the Omni, baby. And on October the 12th, Harley Race, if you stick your nose in the business of Mr. Hughes and Lex Luger and Ron Simmons and Barry Windham, then you gonna find out whether I'm retired or whether I'm just resting, baby. Well, there's your answer. Is he retired or is he resting? Saturday night, October the 12th in the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Special referee? I don't know. Check this out from Van Hammer.
No thanks.
Jesus Christ.
Doc, before we go to this replay of Van Hammer, I thought Dusty did a good job of talking to people into the building to go to the Omni on October the 12th. You know, he's saying if you stick your nose in their business, Harley Race, you'll find that if I'm retired. You know, I know Dusty's not the one competing in the match, but he certainly did his job to help out the crowd there that night. What did you think?
I feel like all these special referees is like just the promotion saying we don't trust this angle can get over on its own.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I feel like Simmons and
like
Luger don't need that.
Okay, so when they used to come out when Dusty was around, and everybody would talk about the biggest angle. Like they would all talk about Flair and Dusty or whatever on Saturday night, and they get into their own stuff. It felt like it was because that was the most important thing going. Now it feels like everybody's talking about it, trying to prop it up.
Yeah, I don't get that part, to be honest.
I don't either.
I don't know why they
alone. It's okay.
Yeah, I think Simmons and Luger are just fine. It's not like they need the propping up. But
yeah, they're adding too much shit to it.
It smacks of desperation and not personal issues. Which the personal issue was Luger was just out and out racist.
Yeah, right. That was the part that's crazy. It wasn't like they didn't do what needed to be done with the angle. I don't know. I don't get that part. But again, I do think that Dusty did do a good job here, as I say that. So anyway. All right, well, they go to a replay of Van Hammer from the Clash, and that's what you heard Harper say in Jesus Christ too. Look at this dude. Wow. The pyro, the guitar. Jesus, Lord, help us.
Oh, boy. Look at this fucking shit.
I learned how to play this guitar, but I'm too busy injecting steroids and lifting weights.
Come on,
man.
Seriously? So we doing now?
Van
Dude, he never once strummed that guitar in a way that said boogie.
Boogie, nothing about you says computer technology. All right. Well, we keep moving after the Van Hammer replay from the Clash. Lots of replays. Bobby Eaton is taking on Zan Panzer with the Z-Man as the referee. So Z-Man's getting right to work in his new career.
He's getting some reps, dude.
He's definitely getting some reps, Doc. Do you have anything from this match?
Now, I know you're hurt, but if we're paying you, so we're going to need you to continue to work.
Right. Anything else from this one?
Maybe Zink should just be a ref from now on. He doesn't look muscular at all there.
He fits the bill perfectly, if you ask me.
They've completely neutered this guy, who had already kind of neutered himself.
Yeah.
He's just stagnant, man. He was stale. Did nothing for me. He counts to 3 easily, though, and he holds the hand up of the guy who won. So,
hey,
and look, Bobby Eaton shook his hand. There you go.
Yeah, shook his hand. He liked it. Eaton was smooth.
So we go to commercial. We come back, and there's another replay of the contract signing at the Clash with Luger and Simmons at the in the brawl that ensued after. And then after that, they show a promo, or they air a promo of Lex Luger, Harley Race, and Mr. Hughes. The audio is really messed up throughout the promo as Race is cutting the promo. I'd love to play it, but it's just choppy. It makes no sense. Cuts out several times. But I thought Harley was good discussing the match, talking him into the building. Luger then tells Windham, you need to prove yourself. Bless you, Harper. Yeah.
Muted. My bad.
Luger claims that he gave Simmons an opportunity for employment, but Ron threw it away. So even Luger, even after all that we experienced, what we're watching here from the Clash, Luger's still selling it that, man, I tried to give you a job and you didn't want it. You threw a fit and jumped me. So I thought, again, this was good because it's still tying into, it's a new promo, but it ties into the insult that he threw at Simmons when he wanted him to be his driver. Doc, any thoughts?
I'm surprised that Luger didn't catapult that into something about, like, it's been 150 years since slavery. Why don't you get over it?
Wow.
That would have played to this audience. Not me.
Like, hey, you got you have a Black History Month now. I mean, what else do you want?
Something like that, right? Yeah.
That would be more of a 2023 promo. But I hear you.
My point is that we've decided that racism is not a bridge too far here. So,
But the thing about that, I think we talked about this either during the Clash or maybe it was after when we weren't recording. Like it was racist, but it was subtle racism. Like, he didn't say, you black, you know what, you can be my driver. He's like, oh, I have a job, you know.
He didn't hit him over the head with a coconut. Like, you know, it wasn't that kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Jesus. He slapped him with that coconut, too. Ugh. All right. Well, we'll keep moving. Any thoughts on the promo that he cut, Doc?
No, I'm good.
All right. We then go to a match. It's Barry Windham versus Mr. Hughes. Doc, do you have anything from this one?
Actually, yes.
Oh.
Wrestling in sunglasses.
Mr. Hughes.
Do we need to call our safety department quality control here? Is it okay to be safe to be wrestling in the sunglasses there?
What trips me out is, I mean, he's dressed so different and he has such a different look. Like, I mean, he completely remade himself with this Mr. Hughes thing. And I don't know how he's wrestling with sunglasses indoors.
Yeah, fuck that.
You ever walk inside with sunglasses on?
I go to the grocery store with sunglasses sometimes. If
you can't see anything. Like, even after your eyes adjust, you still can't see anything. So, yeah, I'm impressed. He's wrestling with sunglasses on and slacks and a dress shirt. I mean,
and I ain't comfortable doing anything in life wearing a necktie.
Especially wrestling. Now his glasses do come off.
Yeah, fuck that.
Harper, you've taken some bumps in a suit. How's it feel?
Not a match.
Yeah, it's true too. It's just I said taking some bumps. You've taken bumps, but
yeah.
You should have seen the last X-rated. Shane Taylor corners Harper in the corner. He's like, "Leave me alone, please. I got kids. Don't hurt me." And
fucking Shane Taylor
knees him in the head. "Please, I love you. I didn't do any of this. No, we can work this out."
I said, I voted for Obama, for God's sakes.
Is that what you told him?
Yeah.
And he still needs you.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
What a fucking typical Shane Taylor. He's on AEW now.
It was funny though, man. Harper's cowering in the corner. Shane's about to destroy him. You idiot. You voted for him. That's what you told him.
I'm surprised that didn't get him. Like, he didn't break character on that.
Yeah, he's got a face where sometimes when he's like grinning, like, I don't know how to explain the facials he makes, but he probably did smirk a little. I'm sure he told you something after. Boy. All right, we'll keep going. Doc, I'm continuing with Windham and Hughes. What do you have?
Yeah, it was a hot start here for both guys, and the crowd was into this. Barry gets busted open.
Yeah.
Was it a hard way?
I don't think so. I think he just did it on the floor because he's bleeding here. He did it.
I just didn't know that you could do that at this time.
I mean, if you listen to some people, Hurd said it in that clip I talked about. He was saying something about Cornette liked to get the juice, and he, you couldn't do that during that era of TBS. Shut up. So, yeah, I don't know. It's obvious that exceptions are made sometimes. I don't know how else to say it. But I agree with you. The crowd was into this. Barry's selling for Mr. Hughes. He's selling his ass off. I mean, he's, but Barry's a pro. Look at that bump on that headbutt. And they had a good little match. Anything else before we go to the finish?
No, I thought this was really, really good. I was entertained.
All right. So for the finish, there is a Luger backdrops Mr. Hughes. Here it comes. I think it comes here. Look good. No, those are polished. There it is. And then Luger is on the outside, and Luger attacks Barry with a chair. And that's when you can really see that Windham is busted open. So it's a DQ. Luger and Hughes in race. They.
Oh yeah.
they keep their heat. But it was good. Like the crowd was into it, even though it's a DQ, and I don't know. And Barry goes to slam Harley Race's head into the concrete, but that's when Luger comes out and hits Barry with the chair. I thought they did this good. I didn't expect really a clean finish. It's on free TV, so let's just get some heat and go from there. And Luger
sure. What else would you do?
Him.
And everybody comes out, as good or better than when they came in. That right there is a goal.
Yeah. True enough.
And outside of the enforcers, this show needed that.
Oh, they needed it. This was the most exciting thing.
Oh yeah, for real. This is good stuff.
Yeah, they haven't done nothing else. And the thing is now...
Where's Ron?
Yeah, where is Ron, huh? He didn't come out.
Was he in the bathroom?
He was driving the school bus for the kids.
Yeah. Oh. Keeping it moving. We go to the next match. It is Johnny B. Bad versus Ian Weston.
What
were you about to say, Harper?
I thought that was the end.
Should have been.
No, we're getting close to the end, though. Very close. Johnny B. Bad versus Ian Weston. And Paul Lee says Ian Weston is in more trouble facing Johnny B. Bad than Mike Tyson is facing a judge. I guess we know what era that was in.
Come on.
For him to say that. JR says, I guess he is. Johnny B. Bad is going to win with that left hook knockout punch. And that's all I had, Doc. Anything from you?
That's more than I had.
Okay. Fair enough. We then go to the Diamond Stud versus Chris Sullivan. The Stud says, look at me. I am what you want to be when you grow up. I am your role model, and it's stud time. Boy, he got much better on promos. I've said that a few times, but it's true.
Yeah.
He wins this match
Where's DDP?
quickly. He's not there. We've had this discussion.
Wait,
well, he's here, but he's not with him.
Is he at the power plant?
We ain't far off from DDP.
During Hanukkah.
Oh, come on. We ain't far off from DDP making his debut. I mean, we got a ways to go, but it ain't too far off.
I mean, we got ways to go, huh?
No, it happens in 91.
Damn, really?
Yeah, he wrestles in 91. So I think it's close to the end of the year, but yeah. All right. Anything from this, Doc? Diamond Stud's going to win rather quickly.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's nothing. All right. So then let me go to the last segment of the show. Let me get fast forward here for us. Yes, it was. Jim Ross and Paul Lee are getting ready to close the show. And here, let's go to it now.
Well, what an altercation involving Lex Luger and his entourage and Barry Windham.
What I cannot believe is Barry Windham now wants to escalate the situation back in the locker room, screaming for Luger, screaming for Hughes, screaming for Race. Barry, if you're smart, you'll drop this right now before they finish you for good.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to escalate it right now. I want Luger out here. I'm tired of it hiding behind Hughes and Race. Get Luger out here right now.
All right, well, we're going to... He wants Lex Luger, and we're going to get out of the way. Wait a minute, there's Hughes. He broke loose from Harley Race, and now they are fighting. It is fist and fire here at center stage. Where is Luger? Windham wanted Luger.
But get Luger, Mr. Hughes is going toe-to-toe with Barry Windham.
Windham in a weakened state, and Hughes, the big 360, and look at Mr. Arrogance here.
Here he comes, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
And he's letting Mr. Hughes do his fighting for him. Why didn't Luger get in the ring? Instead, let's man to man. He's standing back and watching his bodyguard. And Barry Windham. They're fighting all over center stage here.
So the way it wraps up is Luger refuses to get in the ring. So the brawl continues as we go off air. It's it's Windham and Hughes in the ring, and they're brawling, but Luger's like, I'm not getting involved in this, and I'm going to leave this alone. Doc, you said this was very good. What would you like to add to that?
They're throwing haymakers in there because there's a personal issue. That was old studio days type stuff where you come out at the end and grab the mic and you head to the ring, and we're going to go off the air hot.
Personal issues draw money. Yeah, imagine that. And like the Doc just said, that's how they go off air. So before we get out of here, we need to rate it, hand out some Rolexes as well. Before we do so, remember, consider becoming a patron, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. We do have Halloween Havoc coming up in about a month and a half or so. Along with all of the previous pay-per-views and clashes we have done, we're up to Clash 16. All of that is available on Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Consider becoming a patron. Look, this show doesn't have any ads. It is a great way to support the show. And not only do you support the show, you get tons of extra content, over 400 plus Patreon exclusive shows. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. All right, Doc, time to rate it. Hand out some Rolexes. What are you going to rate this thing?
This is tricky because it wasn't bad, but there was a lot of just stuff that was there. But there was some good stuff here at the end. And it's just so confusing. I'm going to say B-.
A B-.
Yeah, I'm going B- as well. Harper?
Yeah, I'll say B- or C+ at the most.
So then we need to hand out the Rolex, Doc. Who are you giving your Rolex to?
I'm going to give out 2 tonight.
Oh,
what?
You can't
we can do that? You just making rules, changing rules as we go here?
You just making shit up, right?
It's the new rule that when the Eagles lose the Super Bowl until the next Super Bowl, I can do whatever I want.
You really get a lot of joy out of Phil Allen's pain. You really get a lot of joy out of Phil Allen's pain, don't you?
Not just his.
You wrong for that. You know that?
It's not personal between me and him. It's not. He made it personal when he chose to root for the Eagles. That's what makes it personal.
He didn't choose to root for him. He's from there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really a choice. You didn't choose to be a Cowboy fan. You kind of just grew up.
Yeah. He can't help that.
Yeah, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not my problem. I don't have concern with that. I'm too busy rejoicing.
This fool texted me, Harper, the night of the Super Bowl, and he said, "God is good."
That's nice. Our God is an awesome God.
The other thing, we didn't talk about this earlier in the show. He also said, man, if you really think about it, the Kansas City Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans.
That's not true. He sent that to me.
No, I didn't.
The Kansas City Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans?
In the AFL, he goes,
in the AFL.
In essence, you won another Super Bowl.
So Dallas really beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
And that's not true.
It's messed up.
I wouldn't claim that.
You see how you are?
See how you are, you lying sack of shit.
No, you're the liar.
What am I lying about? I'm happy that the Eagles lost. I'm happy about this misery that's being perpetrated on these people.
We know. Rolex, Doc, you said you're giving out 2 because Philly lost.
Windham and Hughes.
Windham and Hughes. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I get it. Makes sense to me. Harper, who are you giving yours to?
I thought it would be Zbyszko for starting something with special people because that's kind of your thing.
Oh, that's true, huh? Let's give it to Zbyszko, and then he's going to donate the money. He's going to sell the watch, and then he's going to donate the money to, I don't know. What's the special
Ronald McDonald House.
That's true. That's still a thing, right?
I have no idea. You don't hear about it anymore, so if it is, they're like...
He said on a Canal Street, didn't he, Mike?
I don't know if it was on Canal Street or... I don't know. I've been to it before, but I don't know which street it was on. But I know there was one in New Orleans.
There's one in Fort Worth here and Dallas.
Well, there you go. That's crazy because you don't hear nothing about him no more.
Shit used to get on commercials all the time.
For real, huh?
Yeah.
You ain't hear about none of that. Like Ronald McDonald and all those little characters.
Yeah, because that don't sell. It ain't Disney World. You're just going to get burger and fries. So they do all kind of other bullcrap commercials to draw you in. Like, Yeah.
Because they aim towards children. And
I mean,
this is making your kids fat. That's why they don't have commercials for the Happy Meals anymore, and they don't have the little prizes and cereal anymore.
They got prizes in cereal.
No, they don't, bro.
Yeah, they do.
Fuck, they don't, dude.
But not like they used to.
I think you might want to listen to Harper here. This is his domain.
They have every 20th blue moon, they'll have something, but but you rarely see it. It's not like when we were kids where every box had baseball cards, glow in the dark stickers, and the Fred Flintstone this and that, and no, they have none of that shit anymore.
I'm inclined to believe him.
If you think about it, we were the last generation to get all the good stuff.
I've said it a million times. We were the last Americana decade because the internet didn't fucking take over yet.
Yep. And when you say the internet hadn't taken over yet, we were adults before you could really do it. Like America Online, I was 21, 22, 23 years old by that point.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And it was not the internet we think of today. So, yes, you're
I was
right.
almost old enough where it was hard to learn.
Yeah. All right. Wait, Harper,
I almost started to miss out on some of that shit at the beginning.
Harper, who'd you give yours to again? Your Rolex?
To Larry.
God, I hate to do this, but I'm going to agree with Doc. I'm going to have to give mine to Lex and Mr. Hughes. I'm sorry, Windham and Hughes.
It's on 201 State Street. By Autumn
State Street. That's the street. That's why I didn't. Yes, and it's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Been there for a long time. All right, let's wrap this thing up, Harper. So before we get out of here, I just want to make mention of Harper's video shout outs and life advice. If you'd like to get a shout out, life advice, you want Harper to cut a promo on a family member or a friend, you want to tell them to go, piss off, Harper can do that for you. All you got to do is email him to chrisharper16 wildcat with a K at gmail.com. Tell him exactly what you want in the video, and he will cut that video for you. And then PayPal him $20 to cc30388cc at yahoo.com. If you missed any of that, look in the show description. Doc, anything else before we get out of here and wrap this thing up?
I'm getting drowsy.
Yeah.
Getting.
All this joy wore me out.
Yeah, hear that. All right, Harper, you got anything before we get out of here?
No.
All right. For those of you who hear this before March the 3rd, if there are tickets still available, Wildcat Sports in New Orleans, Wildcat X-Rated, PJ's Bachelor Party, taking place on Friday night, March the 3rd. I think as of us recording this, tickets are still available. If they're out now, I apologize, but that just means you missed out. But again, March the 3rd in New Orleans. Just go to Wildcat Sports Facebook page, Wildcat Sports and Entertainment on Facebook, and you should be able to get the link to the website where you can buy the tickets online. Standing room only, pretty much, because it is all general seating, general admission seating for X-Rated. That's all I got. Harper, if you got nothing else, let's hit the tagline and let's roll. Did he disappear on us? All right, Doc, you hit the tagline.
How about those Cowboys?
Christ.
Die Eagles die?
Bye.